Welcome to your reading. I have a divine message here today for you. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but that's all right. We're chilling. Show must go on. Let's see what the divine has to say to you. Two of Cups. Okay, union. Inner union. External union. Union with the divine. Union with yourself. Union with your thoughts. Union with every part of you. Awareness that the mind is just an aspect of the divine, and you are the divine, dancing with the finite, dancing with every aspect of you, every aspect of the mind, every aspect of life. Every aspect. And you're casting away all the fear. Eight of Cups. The fear is leaving. What fear? What fear? There is no more fear. There's nothing you fear. There's nothing you can possibly fear. We've been taught to fear. We've been taught to fear things. We've been taught to watch out. We've been taught to don't step over certain lines. Don't do certain things. Don't act a certain way. But those voices have no control anymore. Those voices have no power. Those voices stopped having power the moment you connected to God. The moment you truly connected to God. So I'm talking to somebody who has a very, very close connection to God, and God told you, my love, leave this behind, leave these people behind. Leave the fear behind. Leave your old self behind. Your ego self. Leave the side of you that needs to know everything right now, that needs to over-intellect everything. Every miracle, every bit of serenity, serendipity, any bit of joy, it comes when we let go. It comes when we allow ourselves to do as we feel. Don't over-intellect it. Society has compared us to animals, and that we should be careful of our animal instincts because it gets us in trouble, right? But I'm not talking to just a mere animal. That is true. That is true for animals. Animals have animal instincts and they don't question it, right? They just do. They do, and it works. They don't question things like we do. But we have divine instinct. We have God instinct. We have God knowing, God awareness. Awareness beyond any possible comprehension, any possible thought. And it's accessible at any given moment for anybody. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. So, the biggest chokehold that these energies, these dark energies have had on society is the stress about money. They have us stressing about how are we going to get the money we need. And it's as simple as that. Like, that is what they project onto us. And for you to rise above that is extremely powerful. And a lot of people don't truly rise above it. A lot of people connect with God, but they don't commit. They don't surrender. They don't truly, truly surrender. And they continue to go about their stressing ways. Because it's not that God makes it hard on us. We make it hard on ourselves. Because God just wants us to relax. God wants to talk to us. God wants us to lay down and relax your mind. And that is where you'll get your intel. That is where you'll get your next steps. That is where you'll feel what it is you're truly here to do. So, it takes work. After being programmed for so long to be stressing about money, it takes a whole lot of surrender to get this out of your system. But it's not really work. It's not hard to get this out of your system. It's as simple as letting go and feeling the truth. And you did that. I'm speaking to somebody who did that. And you are in this Queen of Cups energy. So when you do that, that is where you receive everything. That's where you receive yourself. That is where you receive the knowing that you're not just a statistic. You're not just somebody in this society. You are the divine. You are one with God. You are one with that which you speak to when you let go. That is you. That is your higher self. So, you are ultimately abundant. You are in max abundance. You are the living divine. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is not just God energy. It is the true embodiment of God energy. Like, you're not just aware of God. You don't just preach God, but you are God in your living moments. You are the goddess. You are the nurturer, the lover, the preserver, the one who listens. You treat every being with utmost respect, with utmost love, with utmost understanding, compassion. And God is telling you that you are viewed in this way. You are that. You are the living divine, the epitome of divinity. And you're a prophet. So not only are you this, you're capable of spreading a message far and wide. You're capable of stopping wars. You're capable of using your energy, your Empress energy, to affect the masses. This is the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. So you're not just the Queen of Cups, but you are also the divine communicator. When you talk, when you speak, when you do anything, it is respected. It is It is viewed in a godly light. So you walk your walk, you talk your talk, and you teach people that it's okay to change. You teach people that you can change. You teach people that you can be self-aware. You can believe in yourself. You can be an empress and know you are, and say that you are, and preach how to get there. And the way you preach is not, it's not obvious. You preach in a way where it's those who are meant to intake what you're saying that will intake what you're saying. You're not preaching for everybody. You're not preaching, well, you are preaching for everybody, but you make sure it's extra special for those it's really for. You have a special way of really specifically touching specific souls. You may think you do this subconsciously, like you're not aware that you're doing this. You don't know how you're doing it, but you do. Your infinite mind, the all-seeing eye within, knows exactly what you're doing, knows exactly what you're touching. That is how you do this, because you feel it in every inch of your body, that that's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be said. That this is your role, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to say. So you are an empress teacher. An empress teacher. That is some ultimate shit. That is some ultimate shit. That is complete balance. That is fullness. That is complete divinity. That is the yin and the yang together. Peacock, exactly. Vibrancy. You're born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Exactly. Exactly. You are focusing on the light. The peacock, you're a self-aware peacock. So when you're a peacock, you're not going to go around thinking about, you're not going to be speaking about low vibrations. The self-aware peacock is the peacock. They know they are the stunning animal, the anomaly. And they act that way. They speak that way. They love that way. The same way somebody receives love, somebody feels love. They feel God's love when they look at a peacock. People feel God's love when they look at a peacock because they're like, what the fuck? What is that? What is that creature? How is it so beautiful? Why? When you look at a peacock, that is a reflection of you. That is how you make people feel. You are admired. And the peacock knows it. The peacock doesn't need to think like any other bird. The peacock can be the peacock, can know it's the peacock, and live like the peacock. There's two peacocks on this. So this could be a twin flame. This could be a counterpart, a strong soul connection. But this very well could be a relationship. This is two people two people mirroring this energy, right? Mirroring the same frequency, the Most High, Jesus. And even if it's not directly Jesus, it's what Jesus is. It's the soul of Jesus. It is the Creator. God. Love. All-encompassing love. The joyful. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. Exactly. You specialize in having fun, as Jim Morrison said. You specialize in having fun. He said that in Take It As It Comes. Listen to that song. You specialize in having fun. You're not going to live somebody else's life. You're not going to live a life you don't want to live. Yeah. Darkening of the light, maintaining a low profile, look inward first, caution and moderation, difficulties, self-protection, subdue your brilliance. Companionship, friendliness, mutual respect, shared goals, interdependence, agreement, and strengthening bonds. So this is a companionship, a relationship where both of you had to maintain a low profile for your own safety. For your own safety. You had to. You couldn't speak your truth. God didn't want you to. God wanted you to stay low. Because God had a plan. You didn't know why to speak out, so you didn't. You had the intel. You had the information. But you needed a reason why to speak out, because you're not going to jeopardize everything for something you don't know what you're jeopardizing for. But this relationship, this companionship, this relieves that energy. This relieves that feeling of being subdued, of having to protect yourself from your surroundings, having to protect your energy, having to protect your truth, because it is between you and God. But here is a relationship where, and this could be a friendship too, but definitely a romantic relationship as well. Here's a relationship where both of you dealt with the same thing. And have the same vision, and have the same goals, aspirations. So those goals that God put in your heart, those messages that God put in your heart that must be spread, now you know you need to spread it. Now you know it's okay to spread it. Because this person was getting the same intel. This person feels you and loves you and nurtures you. And is telling you that you're safe. You didn't know you were safe before. And the way things ended up, it ended up perfectly. It ended up perfectly because you guys are truly connected now. You guys are truly feeling each other's energy. So if it didn't happen just like this, it wouldn't be just like this. It wouldn't be what it is. You needed to feel each other right when you felt each other. You needed to connect right when you connected. Because God had a plan. God had a plan when your work, when your message, when what you're doing needs to be done. Because God didn't want you working in stress. God didn't want you doing something that's going to put you in stress. Stress of being sabotaged, stress of losing all that you have. God wanted you to work in comfort. God wanted you to work in safety, in knowing. God wanted you to work feeling this embrace, feeling this love. And now you're there. I'm speaking to somebody who is there, who knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, you don't have anything to fear. You have nothing to fear. Do your thing. Speak out. This person's supporting you. God's supporting you. Many souls are supporting you. Many friends are supporting you. Many angels are supporting you. The divine beings are supporting you. So, keep doing what you're doing. And I love you. God bless you.